What's good, y'all? It is Wake Up Wednesday.
And today we're going to talk about how do you receive love?
Welcome to the Renegade Relationship Realists with Reverend Marquita Pierre McAllister and Rachel Dilling. Please be advised, this channel is rated R for realism.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Reverend Marquita.
And today we're talking about how do you receive love? So we know that there's different kinds of love languages, and I know that's a thing, a book,
It's
Love
a thing.
Languages. And what we're talking about is we all speak different languages. We all receive information differently, and love is no different.
Right.
So it's important for us as partners to know how people
Okay, whoa. You just said us as partners.
Yes, because
I'm sorry, I had the other partner in my brain.
I'm talking about just being around people that
Working
you
partners.
care
Okay, got
about.
it.
So whether it's, the sound guy, or it's you, or it's my beloved David, it's still about a way of sharing my love to people.
Correct.
And so if I know that you are a time and touch person, which she is.
I'm touch in time.
Touch in time. So touching her and making her feel loved is one of the ways that I can show her how much I appreciate her. Now, if I went and I bought her a gift, and the gift thing isn't really your thing.
No, it's nice. It's nice.
Not that you don't want, but it's really not your thing.
It's just not.
It's not. Then I'm not.
Unless you're going to feed me.
Oh yeah, food is definitely a love language for me. I don't think that's a technical love language, but
It should be a technical.
It should be.
So
yes.
many women love it when men or their, a partner takes them out to eat, especially because, and I think that partially because women have this thing about, I got to get in the kitchen and do something. I got to cook.
That is not my
That's not
thing
you.
at all.
You just like to eat.
I just like to eat. And they say that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
That's the way through your heart.
Oh, it's totally the way to get to my heart. Is
Mine
if you
too.
Give me food. And I'm very fortunate because I married a man who was a chef.
Right. I didn't order that up from the
I don't even know how I got that, but I wasn't on my list. It just was a blessing that I was given. But the thing is that my David knows that feeding me is a way that I feel loved. And so that's another way he shares or shows me that he cares about me. So do you know your love language? Do you know how you receive love? And do you know how the people around you receive love?
I like the second part of that because I think it's easy for us to look at ourselves and kind of figure out, gosh, when do I feel most loved? Mm-hmm. When so-and-so does, I feel most loved. The real question that and as an employer, I really look at the people who are working with me and so-called for me, how they receive love. That's been more challenging. And we certainly want to challenge you with that. And it's not that you have to have employees. This is about the people that you're around, especially people who you're not around 24/7. So
and your children.
Your origin, right.
Children too.
Especially when they grow up. Because here's the thing. We have a tendency to understand our children when they're young. Mm-hmm. We put a lot of attention into our children when they're young. Mm-hmm. Not so much when they're grown up.
Right.
And so we get sidetracked, and then we tend to do things for grown people that they liked when they were young, not realizing they've shifted and changed. Your friends, your family of origin people shift and change. Just because it was someone's love language back in the day doesn't mean that's really true about them right here, right now, depending on their growth spurt.
And
growth pattern.
Do the parents really know what their children's love language is?
No, I had to ask mine.
Even as a little one, do we know really? Or do we make the assumption that all little kids like this?
I think a lot of times we do that. We do that in the gender part. All little girls get this and all little boys get that.
Yeah.
And it's not true,
No,
right?
I was the mom who was like, you want a doll? Well, here's a truck. Because you could have both because you could be anything you want. Yeah, well, never mind.
So
anyway.
there's really two pieces to this. One is how do you receive love, really and truly understand your love language, and then the second part is, and I think the challenge for this is yes about you, and the second piece, the second part of the challenge is the people who are around you. Do you really know how they receive love?
Right.
Have you had the conversation or have you really taken the time to really notice how they receive love? I'm going to say one more thing. The program that we started, Community First, here within we actually sat everybody down, all of the leader champions, and to ask the question, how do you receive love?
Yes.
And there were a couple of folks I was surprised. And so you may think you know, you might want to still ask the question.
And there's a great book. So my challenge, or our challenge today, would be if you have no idea what we're talking about and you're like, love languages, what? Get the book, Love Languages. And there's one for singles, there's one for married couples, there's one for the work environment. And do a little research on this, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. There already is information out there. It's just about educating yourself. So my challenge is educate yourself.
Yeah, go ahead, Google 5 love languages, and you'll see it there. And the test and everything is online. It's really easy to do. We certainly want to encourage you to do that.
So if you liked us today, then make sure you subscribe to our channel, as well as hit the little bell, and we'll let you know when our new videos are coming out.
Hit that like button. Share this information. Leave us some comments. Do you know your love language? Why don't you share that with us? In the meantime,
Bye.
See ya.